How's it going, guys? How's it going? Day 4, concluding week 1 of my off season, and in this session we were going through the Zercher squat. So this is the main squat movement that I'll be working with for the next couple of weeks, or for the foreseeable block, I should say, rather. So next 10 weeks. And the reason why I wanted to throw this variation in is because I've always just played around with this exercise. I never actually worked with it long enough to really push and see how far I can go, and also to kind of reap the benefits I've always heard about Zercher squats. So by holding the barbell closer down to the hips, where you see me holding, I'm using more of my legs, and I'm also challenging my upper back because of where my hand position is. So therefore I'm not keeping my back as tight in regards to actually retracting my shoulder blades, but I'm still trying to create enough stiffness through my torso to keep a relatively upright position and not let that weight pull me forward. So my upper back is isometrically working really hard to keep my shoulders as above my hips as possible. And again, with the bar position being lower down to my hips, my quads work a lot harder. So I kind of wanted to see how far I can push, and I was actually quite pleased to see out the last set there of 12 reps at 100 kilos. Wasn't too bad. I do feel like maybe moving forward, the limiting factor will just actually be the comfort of where the bar is at the crease of my elbows. But nonetheless, I'm definitely looking forward to try and push this as far as I can. Then straight after this, we did some plyometric work. So I was doing some jump squats with dumbbells. This is actually programmed via my physio, so I jump between 2 programs when I train nowadays. So I have the rehab work that I've been doing for my knee, as well as my powerlifting program that I have with my coach, and this was part of the rehab work. So he wanted me to do this after my squats, especially where, you know, my central nervous system is already relatively high and stimulated, and, you know, my muscles are a lot more ready to explode, or contract more explosively, I should say. And I've actually been doing this for quite some time. This is just done more specifically in regards to using weight first, and the last 2 sets without weight. I always feel like I'm jumping really high, and then I see the videos and it looks as if I've just barely left the ground. I hope one day that when I'm doing my jumps, they look as high as they feel. But I'm always a bit underwhelmed whenever I see my videos back, and I'm like, I really feel like I could like get my head to the ceiling, but I watch it back and it's rarely the case, unfortunately. Then we move on to my snatch grip RDLs. If you've been following during my prep, this has been a staple exercise that I've been really doing, relishing rather, because I just feel like the benefits that this exercise gives me is just something that I just want to try and push as much as I can. Working posterior chain, so your glutes, hamstrings, and with that wide grip, obviously working the upper back more. And I feel like because I'm raising the bar a lot higher towards my hips, I can actually get a lot more range of motion if I was to just keep my hands a lot closer. Then we move on to the accessories. So as I mentioned before, usually on my deadlift days, I do more quad work, and then on my squat days, I do more posterior chain work. Even with that being said, you see here, I am working my quads, but I'm only just doing this one exercise that I've been doing since I've had my knee injury, and I find that doing isometric work has most definitely helped just build tolerance in the tendon of my knees. So I've been really happy with continuing on with that exercise. Then we have some back extensions. I haven't done this exercise in a very long time. I'm still keeping up to my high rep ranges. Everything was done for 15 reps, apart from obviously the isometric work, where I was holding that for 45 seconds. And then we kind of reintroduce some core work. In particularly, I'm doing the ab rollouts with a foam roller. So yeah, intrigued to see how far I can take this as well. Thank you for watching as always. Like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned to week 2.